Hey guys, welcome to my full review of the Apple iPhone 5. This is the AT&T 64GB white model, and I picked this up for $3.99. And straight away you can see I have an anti-glare screen protector on here and a case, because I did want to protect this immediately after I unboxed it. Alright, so straight away I'm going to be talking about the hardware and software and some of these specs. So from just by looking at it, you can see it has a bigger 4-inch Retina display, which is bigger compared to the 3.5-inch, and it has a resolution of 1136 by 640, which means it has a longer length than width. So Apple's saying that you could use it more comfortably with just one hand. So I did have a week to play with this iPhone from last Saturday to this Saturday, which is today, that I'm going to post this video. So yeah, so I did get to have a lot of time to play with it and make a review. And then you get your ambient light sensor there, your receiver, which has a better quality, and your front-facing, a much more better front-facing HD camera with that is 1.2 megapixels, and you could do 720p video now instead of that VGA quality, which wasn't very good. And on the right side, sorry you can't see the actual BD of the phone, but you could because I have the case. But anyways, you do get your up and down volume buttons, your lock switch on the bottom. You do have your 3.5mm headphone jack, which has been moved from the top. Your mic, your lightning connector, which is much more smaller, and your new speaker, which is a bit louder compared to the 4S. On the top, you just get your sleep wake button. On the right side, you have nothing except this case is covering it, but you do get a nano SIM tray right there. And yep, on the back, you get your 8 megapixel camera capable of shooting 1080p HD video. You get a mic and a LED flash, Apple logo, iPhone, and other information. And this is an anodized aluminum back, which is the same material that's used in the MacBook Pros and Airs. And on the top and bottom, you do get a ceramic glass, which is the same thing as the front, I believe. But I do have a screen protector, so I can't show you that. Anyways, you do get a home button, which hasn't changed it at all. It's a bit smaller, but you cannot notice it. You can't tell the difference, but it is a bit smaller because of that iPhone screen size. Alright, so let's power up the phone. And this is my wallpaper. I like Legend of Zelda. Anyways, so you do get a, You do get a 1 gigahertz dual-core A6 processor with the last iPhone 4S A5 processor, which was 800 megahertz. Now this is a 1 gigahertz dual-core A6, which if it was a quad core, that would be more impressive. But Apple did not say that. It's just a dual core. But it is overall an improvement, and it is 2 times faster compared to the 4S. But I did upgrade to this from an iPhone 4, so it's a much more better improvement. Alright, you do get 1 gigabyte of RAM, which is another improvement compared to the iPhone 4S 512 megabytes of RAM. And again, that same Retina display, except it's 4 inches. You do get a, I believe, 44% greater color saturation. So somewhere around there, you do get a better color saturation. So more vibrant colors, they pop more, I should say. And again, with that A6 processor, things are just much more zippy, fast and smooth. You do get iOS 6 pre-installed. And with some of the features with iOS 6, you do get the map system, which has been receiving lots and lots of complaints. And Apple actually posted up an apology on their website because it was so bad. But anyways, that's the maps. Actually, let's show you some right now. Let's go to the Willis Tower in Chicago. And my Wi-Fi is not working, so we'll turn that off. And you do get LTE on the iPhone 5. As you can see, that's another new feature. You do get LTE, which is much more faster than 4G or 3G. So you do get 4G LTE on this guy. And let's go back to the maps and reload it. As you can see, it's very fast. And here we have the Sears Tower, or now known as the Willis Tower. It's in Chicago. And it looks like a normal 2D map, but once you do the flyover 3D, now it's in 3D like that. Very impressive, but not very good enough to quite stand up to Google's maps. So I hope Apple does switch back to Google Maps sometime soon, maybe in iOS 7. Alright, so that's some of the features of iOS 6. You do get your Facebook integration, you do get your new widgets on the top for tap to tweet, tap to post. Excuse me, my voice just cracked, I have a sore throat. Tap to tweet and tap to post. There we go. And another new feature of the iPhone 5 is, of course, that lightning connector, which is not much of a feature, but that's and you do get your new Panorama feature, which is exclusive to the iPhone 5, and it is on the new 5th generation iPod Touch, which should be coming out in October. And yep, your Panorama. And you could do a sweep sort of like that, and if you press it, but I can't show you that right now because I'm in such a tight space. Excuse me. Yep, so that's the iPhone 5. And it is very thin. It is only 7.6 millimeters thin, 7.4 or 7.6. Let me check here. Yep, it's 7.6 millimeters thin, which is very thin compared to the last 9.7 millimeters, or 9.3. Geez, I'm forgetting all these specs. Compared to the iPhone 4S's 9.7 millimeter thickness. Yeah, I think it's around there. But yep, it is. The iPhone 5 is 7.6 millimeters thin, which is much more thinner, and you could definitely feel it in the hand. And another big improvement or downside, depending on who you are, this is very, very light. And although Apple did say it is 20% lighter, it might not sound like much. Really, it is a big difference. When I first picked this up, it almost felt like it didn't have a battery in there because it was so light. It almost felt hollow. That's how light this thing feels. So even with a case and screen protector on, it still feels lighter with a naked iPhone 4 or 4S. So that's definitely sort of an improvement or downside if you like to have your phone heavy or light. But I really don't mind. And yep, so you do get your A6 processor. So let's show you some speeds with that processor and the new LTE speeds. Geez, my throat is really sore. And let's go to Chrome. And yes, I am using Chrome instead of Safari. Let's go to Techno Buffalo. If you don't know those guys, check their website out. They're also on YouTube. So as you can see, that's very fast with the LTE speeds, that refresh rate. Close that ad. Let's show you it in Safari. There, as you can see, that was super fast. Let's go to Techno Buffalo on that website. As you can see, it's very fast again. And let's show you a speed test here. Let's go to the app. And even with all these running applications, it'll still be very fast. So let me show you. And again, since of that 4-inch Retina display, since it is longer, some apps aren't updated to take advantage of that. So if they don't have it updated, it will have this sort of letterboxing, these black boxes on top and bottom, until they update it to take advantage of that entire real estate here. But here's the speed test app to see how fast the LTE speeds are. So 58 milliseconds on the ping. That's very fast. 20.44 megabits per second on the down, and 6.9 megabits per second on the up. So that is very fast. Here are my, let's do this actually one more time. Well, it's a bit slower right now. I don't know why. What the heck? That's actually much more slower compared to the last test. But anyways, my results were here. 20.4 megabits per second on the up, 6.9 down, 24.15 up, 3.6 or 3.06 down, These are very fast LTE speeds on the iPhone 5. Much more better. Let's show you the camera here actually. I just showed you the panorama, but let's look at the camera. Excuse me. You do get your new camera layout to take advantage of that render display. And as you can see, they just made it a bit larger. And on the video, since this is a full widescreen capable, you don't have to do that double tap to get those bars anymore. It is just one giant thing like that, and it looks very neat. And when you are recording video, you can take pictures simultaneously like that. So let's stop that. And speaking of photos and video, let's go to the camera, and this is your new layout right here, and you get your photo stream tab. Let's go into camera roll. Let's delete that video I just took, and let's delete that photo. And this is a video of my Kindle Fire HD unboxing, which that video will be posted up on my channel, so check that out. And let's show you some photos on here. So, I don't want to show this on camera because I do have some private photos that I don't really want to show. But here's one picture that I did take. As you can see, the 8 megapixel shot right there. And since of that bigger display again, you're not able to do that double tap to take up that entire thing. You will have that black thing. But if you do crop it to a 16:9 aspect ratio, which is what this display is, you can get a full 16:9 aspect ratio photo, kind of like this one, which I took again, fully out, and it's still like that. So picture quality is very beautiful. The colors are popping on the screen. I took this on, just look at that depth of field right there. Very impressive. And here's the sunset that was in my backyard. Here's I live in a suburban area, so here is the fall colors. And yeah, it's just very impressive overall. Alright, and of course with iOS 6, you're cut off from any native Google apps. So you don't have Google Maps anymore, and you don't have that YouTube app anymore. So what you have to do is go to the App Store and download a separate YouTube app, which I have right here. And again, it is not updated for the iPhone 5's display, so it will have that letterboxing on top and bottom. But that's what you get. And again, with that 4-inch display, you do have an extra row of icons right there, which I definitely do like. And let's show you some apps that take advantage of the display, kind of like Pages here. Again, Pages does take up that entire display. iPhoto takes up that entire display. Amazon app, again, entire display. So it's very overall impressive. Video quality is very good on this guy. Actually, speaking of video quality, let's show you. I just burped right there. Excuse me. This is kind of awkward. Anyways, let's show you the Avengers. And again, with that full widescreen display, you don't have to do that double tap anymore. It's just all one thing. As you can see, video quality is superb and fantastic.
Dr. Banner, now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
And volume is very good. Anyways, that is the iPhone 5. Definitely worth the upgrade from a 4 or any lower. If you're having a 4S, it is not so much of an upgrade from a 4S to a 5. But if you do have to get one, then get one. It is gonna do just fine. I absolutely love this phone. So thanks for watching my review. Please stay tuned for more videos. and check out my channel, and my Twitter link will be down below. Thank you.